Welcome back to my channel. So today I'll be showing you how to cut a circle bottom, right? This circle can be used for maybe a peplum or maybe for the bottom of a skater dress, right? And I've already made a my previous video was how to make a circle, like half the circle, but this is going to be how to make full circle for whatever you want to use this for. So the previous one, the constant was 3.14 if you're cutting half a circle, but if you're cutting full circle, which is what we are going to be doing today, you're going to be using 6.28 as the constant, and this constant goes for everybody, it doesn't differ. So first thing you're going to do is to take, so the constant you're going to be using is 6.28, and this 6.28 is what you're going to use to divide the waist measurement you're going to be working with. So the waist measurement I'm working with today is going to be 32.5. So I'm going to divide it by 6.28, which is the constant that I told you about. If I'm doing half a circle, what I'm going to divide it by is 3.14, which is half of 6.28, right? So if I divide this, what I'm going to have is 5.17, right? So I'm going to add this 5.17 that I got after dividing this. I'm going to add 2 inches to it. This 2 inches is for the zip allowance when I'm attaching the back of the skirt, right? Because I'm going to split it to attach a zip, because I'm using this bottom to make a skater dress. So if I add 2 inches to it, what I'll have is going to be 7.17, right? So this is what I'm going to use as the top part of my circle. So I'm going to circle this measurement here. So let me recap. Your waist measurement divided by 6.28, which is a constant for everybody, and then you whatever you get from it. I got 5.17 for mine. Add 2 to it, right? If you want, don't add 2. Maybe you're working with you want to get at the circle. If you want to get at the circle, then your waist measurement, add more inches to it so that you can be able to gather it. Sometimes people gather their circle, sometimes people pleat their circle, right? So after that, the next thing you have to do is this, to check the measurement of the measurement you're going to be using for the length, right? The body of this particular bottom. So the body I'm going to be working with is going to be, because it's a dress that I'm working with, right? And what I'm working with is 39 is the full length of the dress. So this 39, I'm going to subtract my shoulder to waist from it, which is this is the dress, right? This is the top part of my dress. Forgive the drawing. Let's say this is the top part, this is the bottom circle, right? So this top part, total of this top part is going to be, the total of this top part is 18. And then the full length of this dress from beginning to the end is 39. So I'm going to subtract 18 from 39, and whatever I get, which is 21, right? Because remember, I told you I'm making a dress, but this video is just going to show the skirt part of it. So whatever I get from this is going to be 18 minus 29, which is going to give me 21, right? So this 21, I'm going to add plus 1.5 inches to it, which will give me 22.5, right? And this 22.5 that I got is what will be the body of my skirt, because this 1.5 is for folding the end and attaching the top part of it to the upper part of my bodice, right? 1 inch is for this, folding the rough end of this. Half an inch is for attaching this top part to my bodice, right? So total body for this will be 22.5. So 22.5, I'm going to add it to this 7.17. So what I'm going to get in total is going to be 29.667, right? 29.67, if you approximate it, is 30. So I'm going to make sure that the width of my fabric and the length is up to 30. So now I'm going to go over to how you're going to fold the fabric. If you're not using yours for a dress, let's say you're using yours for a peplum, the same rules still apply. Subtract the top part of your peplum from the total length of your peplum. Whatever you get is what is going to be the body of this circle that you're cutting, right? If you're making a skirt, then that's even better. You just have to know the full length you want to use for your dress. for the skirt, and then you attach your band on top, so you don't have to subtract maybe the top part of the bodice for it. So now what I'm going to do is, this is the fabric I'm going to be using. So this half a circle, you fold your fabric into 2, but for a full circle, you fold your fabric into 4. Half circle is into 2, full circle is into 4. So I'm going to show you how you're going to fold the fabric into 4. So to show you what I mean, let me use this paper as example of folding the fabric into 2. The half a circle, you fold your fabric this way, right? Just once, and then you come to this particular end here, mark your first line, right? And then mark the second full body of the dress, and then this will give you the circle, right? Like you mark this first here, which will be the waist, this end here, which will be the body. But for full circle, which is going to be 4 into 4, that means you take your fabric, fold it once, right? Take your fabric, fold it into 2, and then you come to this end here, right? So this is folded into, this is the piece of paper, fold it once, your fabric, fold it once, fold it twice, and then come to this particular end here, and then mark your first waist, and then mark your second waist. And when you cut this piece out, you notice that, let's say I cut this piece out of this paper, if I open it, you see that it will be a full circle. So let's go over to the fabric and I'll show you how to do it. So guys, as you can see, this is my fabric spread out wide. This is like cut, the fabric is cut by 60. So the first thing I'm going to do, this is one layer of the fabric, I'm going to fold it into 2, right? Like I told you guys, fold it by 2. Once you fold it by 2, now I'm going to fold it by 4. So right, this is the fabric open, and this is one layer of the fabric. So I'm going to close it up this way and then pull it by this end. So I folded it once, right? It's into 2 now, 2 layers here. So I'm going to pull it closer because this fabric is cut by 60. This is the way the fabric came. So I'm going to fold it again, right? So now the fabric is folded into 2. It's folded into 4. If you look at it now, you see it's folded into 4. And this is the end I'm going to cut it. So this is what I did, right? I opened it up this way and I showed you guys, like this is the fabric here. I folded it once and then I folded it twice. And now this is that particular end here, on like the way I showed you on the piece of paper. So now this is the end I'm going to be working with, the folded end that has like the fold, not this particular end here. So first thing I'm going to make sure is that the end here is up to 30 inches, which is what I got as the full measurement I'm going to be working with, right? So I'm just going to be sure that it's up to 30. So I need to fold it even more. It's still not up to 30. So guys, as you can see, this part is 30 inches, right, by 30 inches. So when I start to cut my circle, I won't have any problem because all the ends are up to 30. Because once this part is up to 30 and this part is up to 30, this part will always be up to 30 because there's no edge on this part here. So like I told you guys, let me refer back to this paper. So the first measurement you're going to work with when you fold your fabric is what you got after dividing your waist by 6.28, right? When I divided the waist by 6.28, the first thing I got was 5.17 and I added 2 to it, right? And then I got 7.17. So the 2 inches, remember, is for the zip allowance, right? So now this 7.17 is what I'm going to mark first here at the end of this cloth. So guys, this is the end I was talking about here, right? So the 7.17, I'm going to mark it first at this point. So 7.17, I'm going to mark it all the way. Put your tape, make sure you're not moving the tape, and then keep marking it all the way. And then now I've made my mark, right? I'm going to make it more visible. So this is the first circle that you're going to make. This is where your waist will fall in, right? So the second one you're going to mark, which is where we got the 30. Remember how we got this 30 that I'm talking about now is the length I want the body of this, because remember this is the waist. I'm going to cut this piece out here, this angle here, I'm going to cut it out. So the body that I'm working with is supposed to be 21.5. 21 plus 1.5, which is the extra seam allowance, is what gave me 22.5, right? So if you check now, 22.5 is what I have left. If you add this whole thing, that's how I got. If you add the 7.17 to this 22.5, that's how I got the full 30 for the full length. So now what I'm going to do is to place my tape here and then start marking the 30 all the way around. So I'm going to place my tape. This is what I did. I placed the tape here and I marked 30 all the way around, right? So that's how I got this second line here, and then plus this first line here. So I got the second line by putting the tape up to this point here so that I can mark it, not from this end here. So I'm just going to cut this out now. So guys, as you can see, I've finished cutting it out. This is what it looks like right now. So if I open up the fold, you see that it looks like half of a circle. But then because see, it was folded this way, right? So this was how it was when I cut it out. So this is the first folding one, and then if I open it one more time, then you see that it looks like a circle entirely, right? So this is what it would look like, the whole waist of the skirt. So I'm just going to take up one side and open up this here, like open it up from this side here so that I can be able to attach it to a dress. And like I said, if you want to be able to pleat yours or gather the circle, you can always add more to your waist before you start to divide it. But I use the exact waist that I'm working with. So this is what it would look like when I attach it. So here, it will look something like this here. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, share and subscribe. Bye.